I'm the one who is bringing the financial mindset here, whereby now we can generate or multiply the money that you have, right? I'm inspiring you to say, like, you're my man. I'm telling you, babe, can you put this money here and there, so that maybe one day, if you don't have a job, we already have sources of income from there.
So it's okay. It's okay. I earn more than you.
Hi guys, I'm Janet Kaluki,
I'm Furaha Hesketh, and welcome back to the Love Corner Show,
where we talk about issues, love, and life by sharing our stories, experiences, and perspectives.
And today we are joined by a guest, a very special guest. I'll let him introduce himself.
Okay,
Karibu.
thank you very much. I'm Ochieng Stephen. I'm an African. Thank you.
Nice. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Today we are going to talk about why relationships are failing in today's society. And before we start, I'm so curious to know, is love enough? Can love sustain a relationship? Yeah, what's your thoughts, guys? Would you like to go the guest?
Okay. No. Yeah, it's okay. No, love is not enough. Yeah, love, it will never be enough. There are a lot of other things that have to be in play for everything to work. Yeah, so love has never been enough. Yeah.
I'd say love is the foundation. It's where everything can grow from, can sprout from. And the foundation, that means it will need walls, it will need roofs, it will need, if you're building a house, windows at some point, isn't it? Mbao at some point. You know, it will need all these other things. But love is the foundation. Yeah, that's what I'd say. Because also relationships that are not built from the foundation of love, they also do not survive longer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Yeah. Also for me, it's a big no. Love is not enough. It's not enough. I feel like love, do I feel like, or I know that love is the magnet that holds things together. It's the magnet that is going to bring attraction, connection, and also the desire to want to fight for each other. But you know, at first, love will feel there's all these butterflies and things are easy. You feel like you can conquer the world together. But eventually, when reality kicks in and you start to see, like, there are so many differences that and things that I don't like about you, and life's pressure. Yeah. Now it's when things fall apart, meaning that love will not sustain. Like you said, you'll need it for the foundation, but there's a lot of things that will come in play.
That's true.
Yeah, so tell us, why do you think love is failing? What are the reasons? I have written
questions.
mine down because I don't want to forget anything.
Well, for me, I'm freestyling.
Okay.
Even me, I would
Interesting.
freestyle.
Oh.
We are living in a world full of so many things. Yeah.
Okay. So who wants to go first?
I don't know. You go first.
I go first?
Yes.
Okay. For me, I feel like, no, I don't feel like, I don't want to use the word feel. I know for sure that us women want to date high. Like the men with the status, the money, the confidence, the looks. And that is only 20% of the men in the society. So the 80% are men who, they don't have what we are looking for. So what do? We overlook them. Hao ndio tumeweka kwa friend zone. And those are the same men we don't want to commit for a lifelong relationship with them, because they have nothing to contribute economically to the relationship.
I see. So is that to mean that now when they get into relationships with them, then the relationship cannot stay because there is no economic and material stuff? Hapa na pale.
First thing, I don't want to invest in a man who is like earning less than me. Me personally, I'm not investing. So, you see? So where do they go?
You don't want to invest in a man who is earning less than you.
Yeah.
But you expect a man to invest in you when you're earning less than the man.
For me, yeah.
Why?
You see, the point is, I said, us as women, we want to date high. We
Yes.
don't want to date the same men in our level.
Yeah.
Like if maybe I'm in this job, I'm earning like 30,000. I don't want to date a man who is earning the
less than
same
that.
because I'm thinking of like what lifestyle I'll be creating here. Yes.
And I really think that,
Yeah.
that is one of the reasons why relationships are not working.
See, that is my point,
Because
guys.
a good number of women are trying to imagine that
Yeah.
they should not date men who are earning less than them. And yet, if you look at the society today,
Yeah.
there are women who maybe you will work your entire life, but you'll never earn like them. So at the end
Yeah.
of the day, you'll never be married. So that does not define leadership.
Yeah, but it's okay. You know, like that is why I'm saying, for me personally, as Janet, I'm not choosing a man who we are earning the same salary.
Okay. And then what
And
if
that
something
means-
happens that at some point this man is not going
Is-
to earn
Or
higher
he lost,
than you?
he loses
and yes,
whatever he
Yeah.
got. You know, that is a different case because we started when you had money, meaning that I, as the brain in this relationship, I've already like.
then you are not the brain in the relationship. If
Even though I'm not,
it was
but
all
maybe
about
I'm the financial
money,
whatever. I'm the one who is bringing the financial mindset here,
Yeah, okay.
whereby now we can generate or multiply the money that you have, right? I'm inspiring you to say, like, you're my man. I'm telling you, babe, can you put this money here and there, so that maybe one day, if you don't have a job, we already have sources of income from
So
there.
it's
Yes.
okay. It's okay. I earn more than you. Then you plan with my money, and then
We
at
are
the end of
planning
it, you say
together. We
you
are
come out
planning
and say
together.
that you are the brains behind my money.
We are planning together.
That relationship will end at the end of the day.
Why else
Because
do you think-
one thing that is affecting so many of these relationships is such kind of mentality where you as a woman, you want to believe that this man should be earning more than me. For me, where the society is standing as at now,
Yeah.
everybody should be earning.
Yeah.
You understand? So at the end of the day, you should have something for yourself.
True.
So after having something for yourself, now we can talk from there. It doesn't matter what you're earning.
But if I'm
But at
earning
least you
something, I
should
want
bring
a man who
something
has
on the table.
more.
So after bringing whatever you've brought on the table, then now we can reason from there and say that now let us bring all our minds together and see whoever has a better plan, that is what should be working.
Yeah, but you see, the point is what I said first. I said that a man who, as women naturally, we are not attracted to men who are earning less than us. We are looking high, aiming high. We want
I
to
know,
date
I
high,
know.
right?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, the man with little stands no chance.
But that is what you were taught.
Actually, has been there for
That
a
is
long
the
time.
truth.
According
that
to
is
nature,
what
Yeah.
that is what the society
it
taught
has
us.
been like
But-
that for a long time. You know, because
but
of what?
do you know even before then, let us look at the society of the yesteryears and the society of today.
Okay, take
back
us
then
back.
people were never looking at things in terms of money. As long as you would provide. Provision does not mean that I'm going to earn more than you.
But it would mean a physical place to stay.
Yes.
Land to till.
Yes.
You must have assets.
Something.
Yes. There
And
had to be assets to start with.
Right now,
Yeah.
we do not hold many physical assets like that. You'll not find, it's not easy
A
for
man
you to
with
find a man with
cows.
100 cows.
Yeah.
What you'll find is a man with many stock in the stock market.
You see, now, back then, you will find a man with the land that is not yet tilled.
Yes.
You'd find a man, maybe they're still living in their father's compound. So this guy literally has nothing. It's the same way today you will find a man who is well educated, is not having money. So the future is promising. Maybe you're already earning. The guy is not earning. So why do you shut them down?
Us as women.
Why is
Yeah.
this earning
But,
thing a big thing in relationships? Why is it?
Because actually, it fuels the relationship. That is also another factor.
Yeah.
Why is the money fueling the relationship?
We,
Because
we
how
cannot
are you
live
going
without money, of
to
course.
live without money? It's not like you're going to eat air.
Very true.
I think
That is
that is
true.
a really
Yeah.
That
a
is
reality.
true. But you see how Kitambo they used to do. Your father has a lot of land.
Yeah.
That land is not yours, is your father's.
Yes, it's your
But
father's.
when you marry, you're given land and then
Yeah.
mjenge pale. So it means even if you did not have anything, but your father had that money, you'll
Yeah.
still get somewhere to kneel. Why are we not leveraging on some of the other things that we have other than just money?
But
Yeah.
are people now like even getting inheritance, like land from your father? Your
Nowadays
father
we-
himself, he doesn't have. He's been living in a
Yeah.
rental house for
Yeah.
ages. He has nothing to give you. So what do you expect?
But people who are like that are also not so many. The rural community is the largest one in Kenya, so most people still do. Most
Yeah.
men still do have access to land.
Yeah.
But it is that they don't
Is
want
it
to
like the
live.
majority?
Yes, they don't want to live in the ancestral lands. They want to go and buy a plot in town.
Yeah, but also I think they have their own reasons. Maybe there's a lot of conflict in the family. People are fighting over the same land that now you want like him to get a piece of, so that now
But
you
I believe
start
that
a life there.
even those people who don't have land, but at least majority of people, also in Kenya, are educated. So that money you will have used to be given that land, it's
It's in the head.
they are in the
Yeah,
head.
yeah.
So use whatever you have in your head
Yeah.
to work for something.
Yeah.
Okay.
You understand? But for me, I believe that if we have something to start with, a relationship will work. But if we don't, if we come to the table and then we barely look at what do we have as at that particular time,
Yeah.
and then I say that me as a man, if today I want to equate and say that I don't want to have a woman who is not earning, it will be very difficult.
Yeah. But
I
I,
want
think
to marry
for men it's
somebody.
very easy. But is it though? Is it easy for a man to like be able to like just accept that you can just pick a woman who is not earning?
It has
and
been happening
take
since
care
time
of
memorial.
her?
Men have lived with
I
women
think
who are
that is
earning
how
nothing.
you
Yeah.
like brought up to,
But the thing
to be
is,
providers.
these women who would earn nothing, they will come and till your land, and you will get food. Every year you will never have to buy mboga, you will never had hata mayai kuku watafuga kwa hiyo nyumba. Watatwanga mahindi, watapea chakula kuku. So they had an equivalent of that. There was value they were bringing.
Yeah.
That was not money. Right now we do not have that, and what we can bring is the money.
resources, because even majority of women are educated, we have jobs, we are
Yeah.
paid well, the same jobs that you're in, it's the same jobs that
But now that
we
we
are
have
in
that,
as-
they don't want women who can earn more, because apparently
They're
they will
insecure.
control you.
No, that one also comes with ego, and that is also one of the things that I thought are contributing to relationships not working. Jobs. Our jobs are a big contributor to the reasons why relationships are not working.
How
Because
so?
people don't want to come to an agreement that now how are we going to balance between work and the relationship? Both of them needs equal energy. The same energy you're putting at work is the same energy you need to put in this relationship for it to work.
Is it really the jobs, or is it uncommunicated understanding on gender roles?
Gender roles.
Because I also feel like us women at the same time, I think we have double standards. We want the same men to provide, but us, we are negotiating when it comes to, you know,
Yeah,
being
provision.
traditional women, where we do the traditional roles.
It's because right now the man is not like what he said. Right now we are living in an economy where we need 2 salaries in the house, right? So if we have if we do, because also some people, it's 2 people working, but there's no 2
Yeah.
salaries in the house. If we are both working and both salaries are being used for the household, then it means it's a bit unfair for me to still be the traditional woman that you want, because I'm also out there making the money. It means the time that I will have used to stay in the house and cooking, it takes time. Taking care of the baby needs time. Washing laundry takes time.
But you can
know.
outsource.
Or you can outsource, yes. So if we are both working and then we have not certain communicated, how are we going to run this house? Then automatically you expect me, I will be the one washing all the clothes. When I am not the one who washes the clothes, uko na manunguniko ndani ya nyumba. Me, I'm the one who has to be on top of everything. Ikifika hiyo point, hakuna tena grace for each other.
What do you mean when you say you're on top of everything? Because I'm
Domestic
quite
work, in
sure.
short.
I'm quite sure. Even most of the women who are working, if you will ask in these homes, just a few of them contribute equally in terms of money as their men.
Yeah, I
It
think
is the truth.
the biggest
So is
So
loss
it
at the
now
end of the
we
day,
want,
by
is
then.
it,
it's
is it
only
that now we
that-
want 50-50?
It's only that this 50-50 of a thing is not working.
Yeah,
Men,
because as,
when
as
it
women,
comes
we
to
don't
when it
want
comes
to
to it,
accept
you see,
to-
women are fighting for
to accept.
50-50 when it comes to the home cause and all those ones.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to provision,
They
they
want
will
the
want to
man
tell
to
you
be-
that you are a man.
Yeah,
Can you
that's
provide
why
for
I
your family?
said, yeah.
So at the end of the day, this thing is not working.
Definitely.
You
So,
understand? So it takes, you see that 20% of men whom every woman is looking at, they have control over everything.
Yeah.
They can have whichever kind of woman they want.
And that's
so
why
at the end of the day, I will ball and do whatever I want.
Yeah, definitely.
You understand? So that
Yeah.
kind of relationship is very toxic. You will only be living there because of the money.
And you also see this man, this 20%, is the man whereby you'll find him with like 100 side chicks.
Yeah.
Because even the side chicks, they are very comfortable being their 100th
Are you
one.
trying to say that there is no rich man who is faithful?
Very few.
Because at least he has money. He has what she's looking for.
Very few.
So you're-
I'm
They are
yet
there,
to see.
but
By
they
the
are
way,
very
I'm yet
few.
to see a poor man or a broke man with like a side chick. I've never
Oh.
seen.
They are there.
Oh.
They are there.
I'm yet to see.
Live and see things, my sister.
I've seen.
You know what I'm seeing?
In fact, those ones, they are so good at even hiding it. By the time you hide it, by the time you find out, it pains you even more because you see the milestones they have gone to hide.
Oh God.
And you're like, what?
He's broke and
Anyway,
chicks
a
are like
cheat
following
is
him
just
like
a cheat.
whatever.
It doesn't
A
matter
man who
whether
is
they have
broke has
money or
game.
not.
Oh, it's not. What were we
He
told
has
by
game.
our next guest?
Yes, you remember he
previous-
said,
our
"I'm about to
previous
watch here." A man who is broke has game. He knows how to
Yeah.
talk to a woman. He knows exactly how to make
So,
that
you know,
woman
you have to
happy.
compensate
You
for
know,
what
they
you don't have.
compensate for what they don't
Oh,
have.
so he's
Yeah,
good
of
at
course.
the bedroom affairs also.
Yeah.
Not just bedroom
And those
affairs.
lovey-dovey's, those
They-
things
they
that
He's
just
a lover
know.
boy in
yeah,
short.
of
Yes.
course. But now you see, you
God.
can't,
Do
you
not
can't
be
be
de-
complete.
do not
You
be
can't be
deceived.
100, and then you say that now me I will be perfect in this thing. If I have money will complement.
Speak
I
for
really
you,
don't have to do much.
definitely.
But that's where they go wrong because also money is not everything. I mean, there are things that you have to still do even if you have money.
But we all have money at the end of the day.
Anyways,
Yeah,
what
like-
else? What else makes relationship not work?
A lot of expectations. A lot of expectations.
Like what?
You see, if we meet today and we want to start a relationship, you come in with expectations. There are a lot of imaginations in our heads
Yeah,
where you
boy.
imagine that there's a certain way that your partner should be or they should behave in a certain way. And then if you come into the relationship and you don't find that, you will opt to walk out. So at the end of the day, a relationship is not going to work because expectations will kill it. So you'd rather just come there, start working on things from zero, build it for whatever you want. But coming with expectations, you would be disappointed. You're meeting an adult, unless you're going to meet some small boy, and you have to train them to whatever you want, which cannot work. But if you meet another adult, either male or female, and then you come with your expectations, it won't work.
I think I was talking to two people this week have told me that in relationships, men get into relationships with women thinking, huyu nishapata, hatabadilika.
Yeah.
On the other hand, women get into relationships saying, huyu vile iko hivi, nitamchonga hivi, nitambadilisha hapa, nitambadilisha hapa, nitambadilisha. So two people come in the same relationship. Huyu anaona, huyu hata wahi change. Huyu mwingine anaona, nitambadilisha. Both of them are very wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because, I will change. Not kwa ubaya, but also because of life, different stages of life. I will change. My body will not look the same after childbirth. Kidogo kidogo tambiwa, amejiachilia. You'll have different priorities in life as a woman. Life will pull you into different directions. Of course, you will change. Every nini requires a different nini. So if someone comes thinking you'll not change, it means they will close their mind or they will not be easily open to getting to discover vile uko in this stage, how are you? You know, that openness of exploring each other. But on the other hand, mwanamke anaingia tu hivi na mission ya kwanza kubadilisha huyu mwanaume. And kuna zingine it's for the best. Atabadilisha socks, atabadilisha especially kitu ya kwanza yenye most women najua wana technique. I don't like the way he dresses. Because sasa nitaka aje na hivi ana dress.
Na ulimpenda hivyo tu.
In fact, ata make it her mission. Atabai na pesa yake, ahakikishe amechange wardrobe ya huyu jamaa. Kidogo ni mimi ndio namvalisha. Anyway, story for another day.
I'm his personal
pole.
Na ulibaiwa tu socks.
Nikapewa example ya mwanzo watu mnaenda pamoja watch ball, unajua na watch ball. Kidogo naanza kwamba unajua hizi mambo za mpira mimi huwa sipendi. Sasa hii mambo yako ya mpira unaenda unakuja kuchelewa, mwanaume anashanga rada. Mbona tusiingie kwa relationship tukijua wewe ni mwanadamu, mimi ni mwanadamu, nita change at will or also because of life vile inaenda. Na tukue tu open minded ya kusema nataka kudiscover the kind of person that you get to be mpaka nywele zako zikuwe grey. That way hizi expectations are nilidhani atakuwa hivi, kumbe huwa anafanya vitu zake hivi. So mimi sipendi mtu huwa anakaa hivi.
But I think the issue is we already have the kind of a man that we want in our
heads.
And now when you meet this guy,
an existent one.
and exist in your head. So when you come to this guy that you're dating, you want now him to transform to what you have in mind, because you already you've pictured.
Yes, but see, they tell us that we should have, this thing that they tell you. You manifest. You can even write a name.
To manifest, it's nothing short of your environment. The men you see in your environment, maybe someone you've ever dated,
someone you've seen in the
father,
movies.
Someone you see in the movies, or maybe for men, at times it might even be your mother, because you always want to compare these women to your mother, where you imagine that this person has to have some certain traits like my mother was having. So at the end of the day, this is also another person who comes from a different place with different character traits,
different culture,
and
even
different
sometimes.
culture. And so at the end of the day, it may end up to be a conflict. So it might not work, or it might work.
But also is that to say that people should not have standards in their head so that they can... you must have a baseline.
Whatever you have in your head, realistically, is it making sense on the ground? If this is not the man, then walk. Because you're trying to make him to be something that is not.
So you wait until that person that you have in your mind, you get that person, then you will be happy.
I really think for the person you have in your head, for you to get them, you will never get the person you have in your head. But what can work is if you meet somebody who is understandable enough, or who is going to understand you, and then who is also willing to work with whatever you have in your head. You understand?
True.
To change themselves to that.
To that. And also, they will change if they see there's something wrong with the way I am. But if it's you who keeps on saying, and there's like it's like you're attacking me.
People do change for the people they love.
Because they want to be a better partner. So
But do they change for love, or because they see whatever the person that loves them whatever they are saying makes sense?
People change for love.
They change because they love you. They care about you enough for them to want to be better themselves.
Whatever you are telling them.
Because I'm not changing I want to be a better me so that I can be a better partner to you.
Yeah.
If I'm a better Furaha, I will show up better in this relationship. And that will make you happy.
You're not doing it for me.
No.
You're doing it because you think it's good for you.
It is your love that has made me feel.
That feeling
by the
of
way,
love.
I can be better. I can be more. I want to be more.
That's why you realize that you are married to someone who loves football. You never even watched a game, not even a single day. But you find yourself watching a game, supporting their team, supporting their family, and you change to everything. You even take their name.
But just because
that one sometimes you men impose.
But just because I'm watching with you, I just want to come to your world. It doesn't mean that now I love football.
I am telling you.
Even if I sit there and laugh at it, it doesn't mean that now it's my hobby.
You've never met people who do things because
we know.
Now watakwambia, my ex used to do this. It's my ex who introduced me to this.
It's okay, but sometimes, especially kwa football, I feel like most men are imposing. Kidogo amekunulia jezi ya timu yao. Wewe hata hujui mambo ya football ni nini. Anakuambia huwezi support team sijui gani. Anyway,
you didn't
realize
that people carry on with character traits za wenye walidate huko nyuma.
Well, of course, people, you pick some pieces hapa na pale
Yeah.
for yourself. Hata ukiamua utolewa tena, but they shape you in a different way. So there are things that are good that we pick along the way, and the other things that are bad that we outrightly
But I also
discard.
think that we also want to be like people pleasers. We have that disease, ya please. So you end up doing a lot of things that you don't even enjoy or like, so that you can be approved or accepted. Anyways, okay.
Another reason I think why relationships don't work, I feel like there's like a wave of fear of commitment. You know, there are people who are in relationships, but they're not committed to each other.
You're just like
Then
a
why
holding
are you? Why
place.
I do ask my friends
People
every
just
other
put
day.
you there
Why are
as a
you
holding
there where you are seeing
place.
someone is not committed? Why? What are you doing there?
So most of the time, it's because of situations.
What situation?
Because of situations, they end up, now they are together. It's
You're in a
either they were
situationship.
dating. No, it could be they were really dating, it was a relationship. But it's still, I've started seeing things that are not okay with my values, that are not okay with me. And instead of breaking it up at that point, no, these people did not break it up. Kidogo, kidogo. Mse amepata bull. And then now it becomes another story,
it
because
becomes another
now
story.
you're connected to the hip. You're carrying the
But
lineage
having
of this person.
someone's
Yeah,
child doesn't mean you have to stick with them if
So
they're
the
not
thing
good
is,
enough for
the
you.
thing is, people have the
Now,
choice.
I have a question for you guys.
Before you
why will
finish.
you stay in a relationship to the point of carrying somebody's baby, yet you know that they are not going to be committed?
One thing about getting a baby, you can get a baby in seconds.
But
Once
also,
once you
for me-
become
but
careless.
also as
For me, I think-
grown-ups, I tend to think that a baby is not an oopsie. When you're having like
Exactly. For
unprotected
me, I don't
sex,
believe
you know
that.
what
I don't believe
you're
that
putting at risk.
that a baby is an accident.
No, a baby is not an accident. A baby is unplanned for.
A baby is
It
not.
is.
Now,
I was
let me ask you a
having
question.
this, but I was not
Furaha, I don't believe
planning.
that
But you're
babies
not
are
even
unplanned for.
protecting. You're not even protecting yourself as
Now
well.
listen, Furaha,
How many times
babies are not unplanned for? I
they
think.
are
I
unplanned
think.
for sometimes.
What is the end game for sex?
Some people have sex for enjoyment
It's
and
just
pleasure.
for that moment.
That is
It's
not
just
the
in
main
that
for
purpose
pleasure.
moment.
of having sex. The main reason for having sex is not for.
It
that
was.
pleasure.
It used to be for
now
But it
reproduction.
changed. Okay.
But now it is
That
for
is one
pleasure.
of the reasons why relationships are not working, because we go out here, we have sex for pleasure.
But
So at
sex-
the end of the day,
Yeah.
we make a lot of mistakes that at the end of it all,
Yeah.
we may come out crying foul. Marriage is bad, relationships are bad. But these are mistakes that we started knowingly.
I
Because
feel-
nowadays we don't want to live, we don't want to be accountable.
No, I feel
Yeah,
like sex
it
has
makes
many
sense.
purposes other than just reproduction.
It
Reproduction
doesn't-
is the
sex
end
does not
goal.
have any other purpose rather than
The
that is
end
what
goal.
we are told on the streets. That is what the society is telling us today.
So why did Solomon have all this? Well, I'm straying.
Solomon was
All
having
this-
fun.
women.
At the end of
Wives.
it all, Solomon says that all these things
Are
that
vanity.
I've done, they are all vanity.
So we
It
should
does-
go
so
back
it
to
means-
the.
But also
It doesn't
because he's
make
Solomon
sense.
and he's a man, so he can be excused.
Yes,
No, he was
was.
never excused. If you read the Bible, he didn't excuse himself.
Yeah. Anyway.
Including David
So
did not
let's
excuse
come
himself.
back to the point I was saying.
I think
Yeah.
That
digressing.
nowadays people are having sex for pleasure.
Yes,
And because
yeah,
I'm having
yeah.
sex for pleasure, it means if it turns out to be the reproductive function, then
you're shocked
Then
now.
you're shocked
Then you're
because
shocked, yeah.
that was not what you're planning for
Yeah,
when you are
yeah.
having sex for pleasure. You are not thinking reproduction.
Yeah.
So now that happens, and people are still ish about each other. They have issues in their relationship. There is the fear of vulnerability. For me, I say that people are cowards, but I know I will be too harsh when I say that. There is the fear of vulnerability. There is that thing you're still not sure. You're still checking. That sort of thing.
Yeah.
You're still in doubt
You're
of each
still
other
in doubt of each other, but now you have to.
because of a baby.
Some people have the principle of, me, I want to be present.
Yeah.
But you can co-parent.
Yes, you
You
can
don't have to.
I
co-parent,
don't
but
believe
some
in-
people
I don't
before they
believe in
get
co-parenting.
before they get to
You don't
co-parenting,
have
they
to.
say,
To stay
now
together.
this baby is very innocent. They did not choose to be here.
Yeah.
So instead, let me sacrifice whatever pleasures I was going to have and be here. present. It's a very noble thing to say. But now people are here together.
Started off in the wrong foot.
Started off at the wrong foot.
Yeah.
And
So
they are
it's a game of chance. It's
Yes.
50-50.
You try
It
to,
might
like,
work,
work
or
it might not work.
Yeah.
Yes.
But also, I think also we are starting relationships wrong in terms of we start interview in the bedroom instead of getting to know each other.
Yeah, the values
You
that
know?
another person has.
Because the moment, I don't know about you guys, but me, the moment like I've been sexually with someone, I lose my logic. I can't think straight. So here in a this is a relationship that needs me to analyze and say, is this man's value aligned with mine? You can't think.
Yeah.
One thing
after having that sex, now you will be staying there for the convenience.
Yeah.
You'll
be
keep
just-
on questioning
because
your
you're
sanity.
run by
Like, he's
the
not a good person,
emotions.
but your emotions are still keeping you there.
Yes.
Yeah.
But also another thing we have to agree is that during dating, people are auditioning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It is an audition. You cannot tell me you will analyze yourself into a relationship.
Yeah.
But also, I think
You can pick patterns, but that is an audition. There are most people right now, they hide a lot.
They
No,
present.
It's that thing of presenting. It is packaging. They call it branding.
Furaha,
They brand themselves in a different way.
We can't hide for long.
You cannot
Yeah,
hide for
Whatever
definitely.
long.
Janet
Yeah.
is
True.
saying is very true. We go on auditioning in the bedroom.
Yeah.
Instead
So now
of
you're already
auditioning
logically
out
compromised.
So the moment you compromise yourself, you lose it. You know, back then, for somebody, for even marriage, back then, there was even nothing like relationships. Sijui were dating. People were just carried and women were taken to those men. But
was
there
really
was
bad.
It was
someone...
family
It
negotiation.
was
really
not
bad.
bad.
We have seen a
they
flower in your
worked.
farm.
Who worked?
Those relationships, they worked
But
for the
against
longest
the
time.
women's will.
But
It was never against their will. It was
But
something that
anyway,
was
for me-
there.
for me-
It's the
no.
same way. It's the same way for
It was there,
today.
but the women, that was an injustice to those women because I know for a fact I've had stories with all the... Right now, sit with the grannies and
Yeah.
they will tell you for a fact they wouldn't have married that man who
If
they've
it
spent
was
their
life
choice.
if it was their choice. I know of someone who did not want to get into the car to go to that man because that man was too old. So that one you cannot even use it
yeah,
as a baseline.
baseline,
Exactly. I agree with
definitely.
you on that.
Yes.
But situations where the man and the woman were of the same age, it just worked perfectly well.
Because they chose each other. There will be those people wenye wanaonana
In high
kwa kuni,
school, yeah.
wanaonana huko akichota maji, wanafungiana macho. So you see,
You
it
know,
was each other's
you're talking
choice.
of a time where old men were marrying young
Young
girls.
girls.
But I'm talking of where people are mature enough, situations where they were organized by another person. You understand? These two people did not even have time to date. They were vetted by another person who brought them together, and then they were told, you guys can
work.
perfectly work, and then they ended up marrying each other.
So are they there because they want to or because they were told they can work?
They can work.
They were told it
They
can
can
work,
work,
and
and
so
then
they
they
believed
tried.
in it can work.
Because they were told.
It worked for them.
For them. Yeah, but anyway, for me, I have a problem when people trying to compare like old relationship and
And
today's.
today.
Because
Yes.
majority
I have a big problem.
majority of those relationships, like some of us grew up being like, I don't want to be in a marriage like the one I see Auntie Nani in.
Yeah.
They did not
Yeah,
set
I
an
know.
example that we look
Yeah, we
forward.
look up
We
to.
actually look up
No,
to.
they
We
did
look
not.
at them and they're like,
They did
nyinyi
not.
And for
mlivumilia kwa
some
sababu ya
reason,
watoto.
for some reason, every man you have a conversation with, and I know I'm being bashful. Every man you have a conversation with about marriage, that is the time they refer, not knowing that time was
Yeah.
very biased. It was in their favors.
Yeah, definitely.
I know.
That
I know
cannot
it
be
was
the
in-
baseline.
It
It
was
can't.
in
We
our
can't even
favor,
use-
but there was something good
anywhere.
about this.
Oh, what is the good thing? If you're not to be
it
biased,
can be
what is the
brought-
good
no,
thing
no.
that you can carry forward?
Today,
Yes.
one of another reasons why relationships are not working is because of the availability of sex.
Yeah.
We can easily get
Get
sex.
it.
And I know the women might stone me, but you as a woman, you shouldn't allow a man into you if they're not good enough for you. So it simply means if you've already seen the signs that this one is not good enough for me,
Yeah.
you shouldn't start it.
True.
You
That's how I
understand?
agree.
So if we can go back to that point where you as a modern woman you've already changed a lot of things. But now you've loosened it when it comes to sex.
Boundaries.
So it simply means that the relationships are not working because women have already availed themselves. You can easily get an option. Today you have this, tomorrow you have another one. And so at the end of it, and men are very adventurous. It is not going to change because of any other thing.
Let's come back to this fear of commitment.
The fear of commitment.
The fear of commitment. Please, let's talk about it.
The fear of commitment.
with
Actually, it's
men.
contributed by a lot of things.
Please do tell.
One, I really think when you start a relationship, you may be doubting a lot of things. One, communication. Poor communication will lead to the fear of commitment. So you will be still wondering, is it the right one or is it not the right one? Two, a lot of people have not healed from so many things.
True.
Childhood traumas.
You understand?
And all that.
So when you meet a person and then you've not had enough time to discuss with them their past and their future, they may end up not committing to you.
But do they know their future though? They can talk about their past because
you may preempt.
they have just, they've been through it.
Yeah. But we all understand our past. There are a lot of people who will never tell you, who will never open up to you about their past. It takes a lot of energy to do that.
But
And that is the
also
energy
fear
that
of-
right now, these days, energy and time that we do not
Because who are you going
Yeah.
to trust?
use.
Yeah.
Which woman are you going to trust with with
What?
yourself to that point of
Which woman? We are not
of
trustworthy.
bringing them?
We are
Just
not
a few are
trustworthy.
trustworthy.
Why will
That's
you
why.
assume
That's why
untrustworthiness?
there will be that fear of commitment.
Okay, let's talk about why is it that men assume untrustworthiness from women first?
We assume.
And wanangoja until you prove for them to try. It's not like us, you're like, I'll take your word for it. For most women are like, okay, you've said this, let me see what you do.
You actually
for
wait
it.
for the
Yes,
actions.
for the
whether
actions
action match
because
the words.
we start with, okay, you've said this, okay, let me trust you for it. Show me that you're
Yeah.
a man of your word.
Now
But
you wait
men
for the
are
actions.
like, hey, wewe kwanza ni danger zone kwanza, so acha nione kama utaacha
Kama
kukuwa
utaacha.
danger zone. So how do you commit kama unaona ni danger zone? Ama
Is
mpaka ukae mpaka uone
But
si
also you
danger
as a
zone?
woman, why do you have to prove yourself? Because a woman,
Yeah.
a man actually who knows your worth wouldn't put you in that
And
trap.
sasa with them, they are saying
for you to
that
keep on proving
you cannot
yourself.
trust a woman whether you know your worth or not.
But there are men
You know-
who trust women out here.
You know,
At the end of the day,
it's-
once we are saying like their relationship, which most like majority relationships are not working, but there are people who are in happily, they are happily married or they're in good relationships whereby they care about each other.
Yeah.
So it's a small percentage, but also it's
that
working.
small percentage, if you look at them, you'd realize that they worked on a lot of so many things. You'd realize that most of the relationships that are working, you'd realize that somebody is married, they divorce, and then they marry. The second person they marry, it works with them.
Because they have all the lessons. Wako na
Because they
past
have
papers.
all the lessons. But if we can start from the beginning, where you meet another person and they are very intentional, you see that fear of commitment, it comes from both parties.
Yeah.
Where I don't want to communicate my intentions, you also don't want to come out
Hataki
as
kukaa-
open as you are. Or most of these relationships, they don't start on a good ground.
Yeah, that is one. And also people
So
are...
that one leads to the fear of so if I just got so and so that easily,
yeah.
how is it going to be? This person cannot be trustworthy. Maybe they are very trustworthy.
I'm feeling that we use the situations to justify the fact that we do not want to be vulnerable with each other. We do not want to be seen in our most vulnerable state. Because now trust requires you to say, you could bring me all kinds of harm.
Yeah.
But I'm choosing,
I'm trusting that
I'm
you will
trusting
not.
that you will not.
You will not.
I'm
yeah.
trusting that when there is danger, you will talk to me.
Or you'll
I'm trusting,
protect me.
yes, I'm trusting that when there is a difficult situation, we will talk about it. Whether you know how or not, I am trusting that when it comes to that, you will not intentionally do something to harm me. Now that is something we both don't do. Us as women, we are like, mi najua nikipenda nakuwa mjinga, so sitaki kukaa mjinga. Men wako like, mimi nijipate tena. Kwanza in fact, kwanza men wanajificha under the banner of tafuta pesa. Everyone is out here na tafuta pesa. And then anakuja
whatever kind of a woman you want.
Yes, if you have money, you can have all kinds of women. But I was telling people juzi that the same way unatafuta pesa ndio the same way saizi mimi pia natafuta pesa. So bado umepata hiyo pesa umekuja kwangu nitakwambia
what else can you bring to the table?
So after that, now that is where now the woman has money to the values.
So mbona hatu trust yani? Why don't we want to be seen in our most vulnerable state? And I feel for men is more than women. I know people have been hurted before.
Yeah, most people have been hurt. But also, I think also people are looking for chemistry rather than compatibility. How
compatibility.
How compatible
they are.
How we together. So if we are not compatible, but the chemistry, you give me the butterflies.
Chemistry will die, my friend. It's just chemicals in your body.
You will wake up and they will decide no. I see you like I feel like floating and all that. So meaning most of the relationships are built on vibes instead of values. And that's why.
But again, for you to trust somebody, it has to take time.
So why are people not being friends first before they become lovers?
Because we never see those who are our friends as potential lovers. We want to go look for love out there.
We want
the right people who can be our lovers are these our friends here. Because you can be very vulnerable with your friend.
We have seen
you can do anything crazy with your friend. But you now want to wait or you want to go and see love from a different person who might take you a lot of energy to get to know them, a lot of energy to get to be vulnerable with them. You understand? So at the end of the day, it may or it may not. But the right people to be vulnerable with are these friends around us.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we date our friends. But I think actually dating a friend is a good thing because at the end of the day, you can always like back on the friendship because the love will not always be there.
There is a different kind of love now when it gets to that. It's the friendship kind of love. Because, if you love your friends, you can be there with them. It's not a romantic kind of love. And they are just so annoying. But you're just there because you love them as your friend.
No, but you're friends, but you also love each other. But at the end of the day, the love now, it's not always going to be there. There are moments when you look at each other and be like, this person. Yeah, you're irritated by them, you're annoyed by them. But you still remember they are your friends. And,
As we want to audition ourselves into marriages and relationships, it is, kuja nikupeleke out, please wear this dress. Mimi pia nikuje nikiwa nimekaa, and then tuende out, and then tukuje, and then, oh my God. And then tomorrow again, tunaenda somewhere else, and then tomorrow again. All that, hatujaonana through our worst, hatujaonana. In fact, mtu anatoka huko alafu anarudi kwa nyumba, anakuja analia na stress zake, ama na feel, no, I shouldn't tell you about this. Kidogo.
They just come home, they don't want to say anything.
They don't
just there.
The whole time, we should be building friendships first. Because with your friends, wamekuona ukilia, you are okay. Because it doesn't feel like, huyu atanionaje. After this, it is Steve acha nione nikilia na kama sisi kitaka.
That is now trust.
Yeah, but I think we are also like very much guarded as humans. We don't want our like partners to see that side of us.
It's fear, and I think fear is very human. But me, I have a problem with people who are fearful and do not take action. It's one thing for you to feel fear and acknowledge that I'm fearful. And it's another thing to let fear stop you. But also people say you must have another thing that is bigger than the fear that you have, that makes you look forward to do that. Like there's a situation you'll see someone in and you'll be like, oh my God, were you not fearful? And they'll tell you, me, I just wanted this. In fact, I was not seeing how risky that was. I have a friend of mine who was telling me, vile koni karibu na river. Na sasa, I think ilivunjika that ka bridge or something. Then I was like, oh my God, how did you get to your house? And then she was like, nilipatana na watu wengine hapo wa Masai, tukapiga story. Yes, nilikuwa naogopa, but I just wanted to get home and sleep. I was so exhausted. I was like, mtu mwenye asingekuwa na that sleep and wanting to get home and rest angeshinda kiona the water.
You also have to have a reason.
You must have a bigger reason. So hiyo reason mbona hakuna kwa relationships?
That reason is killed by so many things.
Oh, but it is your responsibility to look for that reason. Someone else was saying it is your responsibility to stay in love with someone.
You know, Furaha, you cannot. Maybe you have that reason, but now
your
the person you're meeting is not having that good reason.
So you see, it's one-sided.
It's for you to find the reason as an individual.
You'll be there hoping that maybe they will find that reason, or they may see that reason, but they are not, and years are going by.
Yeah,
all this time they are there. They are not leaving you.
Yeah, but they're not selling.
They are not also.
Where are they waiting to find the reason? Because the reason can never be external. It has to be internal. I have to always look at Janet and say, I'm still choosing you because I see the good in. I cannot find it externally. It has to come.
But
the reason has to be
people
internal.
have a problem with committing. And that's meaning it's a commitment. Because even the people who stay in love, it's not because that they want to be in love. It's a commitment. They keep reminding themselves, like, why do I need to commit in
now
this?
That is the reason they have internally. So mbona watu wengine huwa inafika point hawaoni kwa nini wakwe committed?
It's their fear.
Like, nimeona beta huko nje.
The fear,
and also
and
social
the imagination
media.
of social media.
Social media
the
is
TVs,
giving
the
us
opera
like
minute,
false
these
hope.
things. Yeah, they give us false
Because
hope.
you see, you might be there, you're dating with someone, and today amekupatia like cold treatment. When you go to social media, you've posted a picture, 100 people or 1,000 people like, oh, you look so cute. You're already validated here. When you look at your DM, you have like 50 people there who are telling you how beautiful you are. You see.
But can they really live with you?
So you
They
think,
can't. Most
but you
of
see
them
that mentality, you will think that, oh, kumbe I'm all this. Like there's so many men who want
my
me.
friend, you are beautiful, but you're also like a small demon in the house. Please remember.
They only know your image out there, but they don't know the true you.
Yeah,
behind,
but also there's
behind all that.
And also there's a difference between being liked and being like wanted for who you are. Yeah. So people think that whoever,
Actually,
everyone that likes
that's why some people marry the people they want, but they date those people they like.
Yeah.
I've had friends who've married the people they wanted, but they really liked the people they were with out there in the field.
There.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Because those people are available.
No.
You know, in as much as we are trying to run away from the societies where we are coming from and the beliefs and all that, they are still really bedded in us.
Yeah,
especially for the men.
Even women. Whenever you want to marry somebody, you will start from, where do you come from? Who are your people?
But that's true.
So for you to know whatever you are getting into.
For us, it's not even what I'm getting into. Naturally, women, we are geared towards bringing offsprings that will survive the test of time. So I remember back in campus, my sociology Nino was telling us we are dating wrong.
Yeah.
He was telling us that we should start at who is your family, where do you come from, kwenu kuna watu aina gani na aina gani. And we were like, why? And he was saying most women kitambo they will do that. And then anaenda kwa hiyo boma, anazaa watoto kama 11. Huyo anakuwa pilot, yule anakuwa daktari, yule anakuwa lawyer. That's it, kwa tunaambia huyo anakuwa mwizi. Anasema no, when you're vetting you look into that lineage, hakikishe hakuna walevi, hakikishe hakuna waizi, hakuna wachawi. But nyinyi mnaonana hapa mnanulia chips, alafu mna
you're already in love.
You're already in love.
Yes.
You don't.
You're like,
actually,
that is
one of
together.
the big reasons why relationships or even marriages are not working. Because you just met somebody, you don't know their background. Wewe uko tu hapo tayari tushapendana, twende tuoane. You see, there is nothing that is holding you accountable to this relationship.
Yeah.
But you see, when you start with their family, you want to understand, are they even family oriented? You know, there are some families who are not even family oriented.
Well,
they can't hold a relationship for a day. There are some families where it's so chaotic that even brothers and sisters cannot even hold a conversation. So if you get yourself with such kind of a person, It only takes miracle for them to live with you.
But there are some who have noticed their patterns and they're really working to ensure that they
So
break.
if you meet somebody,
it ends with them.
if you meet somebody who is open enough to tell you that, you see, I've already known this and understand, this has also contributed to my growth and every other thing, it is easier to work with them. But if you meet somebody who is hiding themselves, they'll never tell you about their family. You've stayed with this person for maybe 3 or 5 years.
But
You're already married there.
3-5 years and they have not talked about their family and you're staying?
They just talk about it.
If they finish you and your body is never found.
A lot of people are in relationships like that. Just a lot of
People know how to risk it.
Yeah,
Just the
but
other day,
anyway.
there was on news this person who was hit by a motorbike from Kitale, and then the guy was staying with the woman. They are having 2 kids. Then the family of the man decided to go and bury the man. The family of the woman decided to go and bury the lady. You understand? You are separating 2 people who are in love. Almost until they were now having 2 kids. So it simply means that these people did not formalize whatever they were having. They just came together, they decided that we will marry each other. So in such kind
Is
of a
that
situation...
marriage or just cohabiting?
Cohabiting.
It is cohabiting.
Yeah, you're
You
just
know.
living
so
together.
such kind of arrangements, it is a game of 50-50. And there are a lot of them out here today.
Piki ponkies in happen mingi.
So we just come together, we stay.
Yeah.
We date for like 5 years. People date for...
But
also I think
that is
That's
not
long.
dating.
But
That is wasting time. 5
Yeah,
years,
but
it's more than a college degree.
But also, you see,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, I think for me, I always say, like, as women, you stay in that thing and the man has never, like, said what it is. So at the end of the day, if something happens, atakwambia, ai, mi sijakuoa. What will you do?
Why don't you ask you as a woman?
That's why
don't
I'm
you
saying, for me, I am not dating you for 6 months and you're not telling me what is this.
Yeah.
6 months only. 6 months.
Na unauliza.
I'm off.
Mwanaume atakuuliza, wewe uko na haraka gani?
Mwanaume
haraka.
anakwambia we'll cross the bridge when we get there. Please get off that road.
No,
Yeah,
please. Even the way they say,
Run.
come, let's just see where the wind takes us. Which wind? Me. When you look at me,
The
you
wind
think
of
that
If I
I'm
love.
wanted
waiting
to
for
follow
the
the
wind.
wind, I will stay by myself
No.
in my own life
and
because that
follow
is
the
me
wind.
following the wind and going with the flow. But if
Yeah.
I come to you, in fact, I've not come to you. You have come to me.
Yeah.
The audacity of coming to me to
And
just
then
tell
to come
me
and
we
waste
go.
my
agreed.
time. Yeah.
And then me,
You're
with my
just
whole
there
mind, I'm like,
comfortably.
unless I also want to go with the wind with you, but to what end?
Yeah.
Most of
I
the
can
times,
come and then say, oops, this is where I drop off. I will not go 5 years.
most of the times I feel like
I think-
women would always want to go with the wind.
Not all women, just some.
Women-
Because
most-
me personally, I'm not. You need to
Most-
tell me, what is this?
Most women will go with the wind. I
Yeah.
feel like women are usually wired to wanting structure. So even
Exactly.
for the
So,
ones
yeah,
that
even
go
if you
with the
promise
wind,
them.
they will go with the wind, but they will
Hoping.
feel
Some of them are just
uncomfortable, or they
hoping.
will hope the structure will come along the way, not knowing that where the foundation has not had structure.
Yeah. Yeah.
But a man also, I think, I don't know why sometimes we act stupid, because a man who wants you to be his wife will tell you. You don't have to ask him.
For them, they'll tell you, oh, but you know, I don't have money fast.
No.
Naenda kutafuta
He's not
pesa.
serious.
Nivumilie.
That one is not serious. But the one who wants you will tell you, for
What
now,
is wrong
I
with
have no money.
kuvumilia mtu
It is
mwenye ameenda
okay.
kutafuta pesa?
Niambie nikuvumilie, lakini this is where we are going. Si eti nakuvumilia, alafu wewe pia unaona vile unaenda. So unanipeleka wapi?
Now, in a situation where umeoleka and then this guy tells you, wewe baki hapa nyumbani, mimi naenda kutafuta pesa and then I'll come back for you.
Mbona ananiambia, mbona sisi tumekaa tumedecide?
Eh. And why don't you just go
Mbona
together
as-
wherever
as
you're
the head of
going?
the family.
No, there's nothing
As the
like
head of the
that.
family.
Tumekaa tumesema, by the way, hali yetu right now haiko poa na kazi imetokea opportunity ni ya kwenda mahali fulani. What are the structures are we putting in place to ensure that we still provide for our
The
family?
modern woman
And then we
never
will say,
agree to
you
that.
go, me I will stay here, but I will also look for jobs there or something else.
Yeah, you need
We
to
are doing
agree.
life.
Yeah.
Unaona saa
And
hizi si
also-
kama kitambo yenyewe unanileta kwa shamba lako, unaniacha mimi napanda na nangoja mvua na unakuja unapata kuna mahindi, wewe unaenda kufanya kazi kwingine. Saa hizi unaniacha kwa nyumba ya kukodisha.
Yeah.
umeenda somewhere else. Nafanya nini hapa? Kitambo tulikuwa na support ya sisi wote wawili because we are both working. Right now you cannot just up and tell me I am going. It is
You need to talk about
we have
it
to talk
and
about
decide.
it. It's not a history of modern woman. It is we are doing this life together. So please let's sit and say, okay, by the way, you go, let me hold fort. But I'm also looking for opportunities that will bring me there. Or could you negotiate that if you're going, you're coming with your family? It's also an option.
But also, I think one last thing, I think when we before we conclude, most men have not evolved. They are still the traditional man.
Look at his face.
No. For us women, we have become the modern woman, right? But the man is still the traditional man who wants to be authoritative. The same way he saw like his grandfathers and dad do.
Are you
He
feeling
also
attacked?
wants the same
Yeah, of
the same
course I'm
thing.
feeling
And this
attacked.
is a modern woman who says, I have a voice. I want my voice to be heard on the table. You can't come here and control me.
Okay,
Yeah.
It's not all about ati men have refused to grow
To
per se,
evolve.
to evolve as you are saying it.
Yeah.
I really think there's one thing that we all have to agree to. In as much as we are looking for that evolution, for me I always feel that the man, the today's man and the other man, the difference is very small.
But for the women, it's very big.
Yeah.
For the women, I feel like the modern woman is a bit confused. Not like
Nothing
Let's
like
not go to the
confusion.
labeling. The
But-
difference between the gap between the woman of Kitambo and right
Kitambo and
now,
this
it's
one is
so
very-
big.
yeah,
It's
it's
so
so big,
big,
yes.
yeah.
But the modern woman is a bit confused as
No.
compared to
She's not confused. You see, the
What
thing
makes
is,
you say that she is
what
confused?
makes me say that is that the modern woman does not understand her responsibility
responsibility
So
about
here's
what?
the thing. When you-
within the ecosystem.
Here's the thing. We
Yeah.
are having two mixed up discussions because
Yeah.
we are talking about the traditional woman and the modern woman. When we are talking about
And that
the
is
modern,
that is also one of
Give-
the
give me-
big
give me a
contributing
minute.
factors
Give
to
me a
why
minute.
relationships are not
are
working.
not
that
working. You
confusion.
have to sit and agree. We are going to have a traditional relationship,
Yeah.
or we are going to have a modern relationship.
modern, yes.
If you're sitting
Thank
from the
you.
point of a traditional relationship, anything that is not that will look
No.
confused to
No.
you.
Do you know-
definitely.
do you know-
And that's why, as a man, if you're a traditional man, you need to look for a traditional
Woman.
Do you know,
because,
guys, there's something that is being peddled out here. The traditional women never had voices, which for me, I don't really think it's the truth. Every homestead that stood, it was run by women.
The first
So these
woman.
women, maybe you talk about visibility, but almost all the homes that I saw that were working, it was the women.
Yeah, they did the
So
work, but
with
did
that
they speak up?
with that confusion, the modern woman lacks that kind of wisdom.
No.
When we
You
talk
understand?
about not having voice, we talk about the challenges they would go through. They
Yeah.
would not get to the awareness of the man because the man was not there and she would have to run the house and everything. She will just be reporting to the man
Yeah.
and she will only report all the things that have gone well. And the things that are really a struggle, they were not able to say. It was, despite all odds, this is what happened. And the man takes that as, oh, my woman has a voice. But all the things that were still a challenge, all the machangamoto they were going through, all the realities of women, they were not in the awareness of the men. So they would have to make do with whatever they have in their own circles, stay with their own problems. And that was okay. But right now in this world, it is, if something is not known, it is a problem, then it never happened. Then
Yeah.
it is not a problem.
Yeah.
So if a woman alikuwa anajua kujimanage na anajimanage na wanawake wenzake, and that was okay. Right now hakuna hiyo story ya kujimanage na wanawake wenzako. So how do people come to know that that is a problem? They provide a solution if you do not speak up.
Even my point is, when it comes,
no.
allow me to
okay.
to add something. My point was, speaking up, it's upon the family. The women did not have a right to decide anything
Yes.
concerning the family. They were
family.
not even consulted.
Yes.
The men used to
Decide.
to say
Yes.
we are going west and that's it and that's final.
Women were facilitators, hapo ndio watachinja kuku, wachukue minofu yote,
Yeah,
wasavie
like
wanaume
wanaume,
wakikaa chini ya mkanja.
Wow.
I think that
Wakikula
one
huko nini?
gave the world peace.
Oh, peace. Oh my
What is
goodness.
So, that's okay. It's
No,
okay for
no,
you to say it's peace, but what is peace if it is because one side
Yeah.
has not been heard?
Has
Is
not
that
been
really
heard.
peace?
Now,
It's
no,
not.
no.
That is control.
No,
There's
that's
some
control.
aspect of it that I don't agree to.
It's not
but there
peace.
is
It
also
was fake
another side
peace.
of it that I feel that gave the world
You
peace.
guys enjoyed fake peace.
No, it was true peace.
Not you guys. Those guys enjoyed fake peace.
No, but even right now, if you want your relationship to work,
And that's not
there are
peace.
some of these things that you have to come with
Please,
them.
let's agree that was not peace.
That was not peace,
It
guys.
was because the women were given everything.
No.
What was everything? Land for
I
No,
give you my land. I go out there, I work my
Women-
ass off,
and
and then I
bring
bring
to you
everything to
things.
you.
Women had
And
even
then-
no right to own any land.
Land.
So what?
You are not owning it, yes. But
You're just
by the
guilting
virtue
your-
of
So
you
what is
being
the
married
everything you've
there,
given
Yeah,
me?
what is
it was yours.
The
It's like you've
children.
given me a leased land for me to plant my own maize.
the reason most of people believe that women were not intelligent enough to do that. Actually, that is what the other society believed.
And that is why they enjoyed
That
peace.
is where they also went
because
wrong.
And-
the intelligence of women was not shining.
So
It was
now- right
kichini
now
chini.
it-
Right
it's
now,
shiny.
it is out to the
But
world.
we are messing the world.
And now you're saying it is chaos.
Yeah, it's chaos everywhere.
Let's find new peace, guys. Because
Yeah,
now
that
the
was
intelligence of the woman is
actually,
here.
for everybody, you have to just find a balance.
Let's find a
and
balance.
find what is working.
Because we are not going back.
But at the end of the day, you have to go back to the basics of life.
Life, yes. But to that
To
peace,
that piece,
no.
no. The women have woken up now. This is a new generation. I think the men need to get used to the fact that
Let's all
the
find new
sleeping
peace.
women
I
are
really think
normal
men
here.
are not even doing much.
They're
to
not doing
whatever. They're
much.
not even paying attention to these things.
All right. Okay. If you say
And
so.
that's another problem that will come
To
and
women,
erupt in the
actually,
future.
to men, most men, it's never even a problem. Whenever men are there, seated all alone, they're very peaceful. Men are enjoying life.
That's fine.
That's okay, but now when they come out of there and they come and meet women, they realize, oh, my peace.
Today, I saw
is
some
not
guys
there.
saying that if you want to succeed, don't involve yourself with women. And I was looking at that guy like everybody was questioning, why are you saying that? If you want to make a lot of money, don't involve yourself with women.
But anyway, guys, we need to wind
Topic
up.
for another day.
Yes.
I have a theory. Before we
need
close
to
this,
close the episode.
Yeah.
we
is
okay. Story for another day.
Story
Please
for
tune
another
in
day.
for the next episode.
Stay tuned, guys.
Yeah.
So before we end, I would like to say that do we really want love, or are we just craving it? Anyway, guys, tell us in the comment section, and you can follow us on at The Love Corner Show on all social media platforms. You can follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Kaluki, and on Facebook at Janet Kaluki.
I guess, where do we find you?
Oh, okay. You can find me on Facebook. I'm a millennial. These are the social media accounts. I'm not social media per se. So that is where you can find me, at Stephen Okumu. Yeah.
You can find me across TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn as Furaha L. Hesketh. Oh, and X. Not so active, but yeah.
Okay. So that's it for now, guys. Bye.
Bye-bye.